If the whole world wasn't over right now, we could fake like we were all doing important things, but
This is important. We're doing the most important things on our block right now. People
not
ain't
killing
working, right?
everybody. Yeah.
Right. This is therapy. This is our therapy. We can't miss it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is
bro, that sounds weird, man.
Yeah, about to say this is pretty strange. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So how's everybody enjoying the quarantine life? I don't want the podcast to be about Corona because like literally every podcast that I have that I listen to, no matter the topic, every episode is about Corona. So like I want to keep this as Corona light as possible. But how's everybody doing in the Corona situation?
Well, I'm not really quarantined because I still had to go to work, so that's a little different.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah,
Nah, it's cool.
better.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I look at it as a lot of people, unfortunately, are not don't have a job. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, it's definitely challenging because I got to deal with the aspect of I'm a manager, so you looked at during these times even more so as a leader, to rally your people to one come to work, two have a positive attitude at work, especially in the time of uncertainty from both a pay, a job security standpoint. So like you got to be a rock, but inside you're like, oh fuck, like this shit is a day by day process. So, in terms of non-work, I'm definitely quarantined. Like I'm staying inside, only going out to walk the dog, that type of thing, and just making sure I'm sanitizing, the house and making sure that I'm very conscious about what I'm doing with my hands and, keep my hands away from my face and stuff like that. Just, so I mean, overall hygiene, to the utmost.
Yeah. The word is just unprecedented. Like there's no other word to bring up. I mean, like in the past of like with 9/11, like 9/11 was like probably the biggest deal in our lives ever, but like that wasn't I mean, it was the first time I guess America was attacked on home soil, but I mean, like there was some precedent as a war, right?
Right.
I feel like like a pandemic is something that you think would happen in like the 1800s or the 1700s or 1918 or whatever, and the
Right.
fact that this is what we're going through is kind of crazy. Like to think about like a pandemic, like you would never think that.
Right.
Oh, it like a quarantine, like literally the entire planet is in quarantine right now. So that's
Right.
kind
And
of
even
what.
even compared to 9/11, like they didn't even shut down. I don't think they shut down schools like right
I
away,
think we
but
missed one day of school. I think we missed the next day,
right.
and that was
That's about it. But like as far as shutting down for like weeks at a time and possibly a month, like that's something I haven't seen. And talking to my parents and my grandmother, she hasn't seen it either. Like it's crazy. Unprecedented is definitely the word.
Yeah, I mean, like I saw somebody, I forgot who tweeted it to give them credit, but they were like, they got the whole world shut down for this when like the sniper was going around 2000.
No, no
Right.
bullshit.
We had this zigzag.
We had to zigzag.
Zag, you'll be fine.
Like, damn, bro. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they picking us off like Gallagher, but they telling us, "Oh, it's walking zigzags."
Crazy times.
Bro. Crazy. I'm good too, man. I'm kind of like in my job has me a little bit in between. They told most of the people, so for everybody, I'm in DC government, but in the city administrator's office, and so that's considered essential. But when it comes to the staff level, not everybody's required to come in. So they told us to telework, but at any point they can call us in to help out with Homeland Security and FEMA and any given thing. They call people volunteers to help out in the office. So it's kind of like I've enjoyed my week home a little bit, like to be fully honest, like outside of the craziness going on in the world outside, it is good to be home. But at the same time, it's like I'm on the edge of my seat, like kind of waiting for them to say, hey, you guys need to be in, you guys need to help out with this, you need to help out with that. And plus just in general, like naturally I like being in the house, but like after like a week or so, like you kind of do get kind of tired of it. Like I had to run outside and take a drive, like whatever. Like it definitely can get tough if we're in this situation for a long time. But yeah,
Bruh, I hate working from home. This quarantine stuff, I hate working from home. I like to actually go. Now I like to go to offices. I can't concentrate when I'm sitting in the house. It's just not the same. So it's just like, yo, this type of stuff, just like it wears on you because you're like, yo, after one day, you're like, oh yeah, I could stay up a little later. I mean, I go to bed early personally, so it's like, yo, you stay up a little later because you're waking up a little later because you're not going nowhere. You ain't got to sit in traffic. I don't got to go ride the metro. I'm gonna roll out of bed and I'm gonna go sit on this computer that's kind of just is what it is. But it's just like, yo, for that type of stuff, it's just annoying. I mean, outside of that, quarantine stuff is real chill. I take my time and go run to McDonald's and Wendy's when I can. Go play in these drive-thrus. While I'm still out, I go play in these drive-thrus. I was kind of disturbed today because the dude that handed me my money ain't had no gloves on. I was like, bro, money's the dirtiest thing in the world.
Right, so you know how much money you touching? Oh my
Yeah,
god,
money's nasty. Nah, you want to know what the nastiest thing is you have is your phone, bro. Like, y'all niggas need to wipe your phone.
I watch my phone.
Daily,
I wipe my phone down 2 times a
That's
week.
literally the
Like,
They said that
be
shit
every
dirtier
other
than a
week.
toilet.
I gotta start.
I believe it, bro. You set it down, you pick it up, you touch other stuff, and then you touch your phone. Like you bring it
Go to the
toilet
bathroom
with
and then you come. Yeah, I was
Right,
about to say. Yeah.
Right.
You go everywhere you go, bro. So yeah.
What's y'all phone cleaning method of choice? Asking for a friend
wipe.
named Dante.
Always been that.
A Clorox wipe.
I just use
Clorox
Clorox wipes. Yeah.
I used to
Most
do
of
it
the
like
time
every
alone.
other week. Try to, because I mean, otherwise, and that's another thing. Like sometimes when people's phones stop working, like if like you can't hear out your phones because you got just crap built up in your phone. You always just try to do it, but now,
Oh yeah, that too.
You use Windex? Anybody try Windex? It's a glass surface.
I'm not risking that.
It doesn't hurt. I mean,
you can use
So now you should be fine with these phones
windshield wiper
now.
fluid.
You can use what?
Windshield wiper fluid has 10% alcohol in it. If you ever,
you can just use the Lysol wipe. I think you can keep it pretty simple with the Lysol.
Just use some Clorox wipes. Yeah, Lysol.
Yeah, I'm about to say it don't need to be any deeper than that. All right, so yeah, so as far as me quarantined, yeah, man. Again, I think that's what I'm struggling with. Just everything being unprecedented. Going back what I said a couple of weeks ago, we had the Kobe episode. Like the way I deal with things is that I rationalize things, and like it's hard to rationalize something that's unprecedented. So that kind of messes with me even more. It's like, oh wow, didn't think this could happen, but it is. I think I vividly remember saying, a couple months ago, there's always some disease or some virus to be worried about every couple of years, and media makes a big deal out of. And then I sat there and thought about it, and I was like, damn, I guess we are pretty much due for like one to actually not be like a joke. And yeah, so I don't know. It's tough. Thankfully, I work in a job that like we don't like. We're not physically selling things. Our job is like we're selling people's like the hours that they work to the government. So like we don't have a revenue hit. So like, but I know it's not the same for everybody's job. I know a lot of people are having tough times right now. So always shout out to them. And it's we can get into the toast segment. I mean, like I don't know if you guys have individual toasts, but I feel like just I don't know, just one big toast just to everybody that's affected, or I guess it was just everybody. Like I don't know if you guys want to call anybody.
I think we all can agree.
Right.
I mean, our toast is to people that are affected, people that are working right now. Like our medical providers for sure.
I couldn't imagine that job. That's like on par right now, being like on the front lines of like a major war somewhere right now.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, like a lady came in today, and she just was calling. She just came to extend, and she works. She's a nurse, and she was like, I'm dealing with the COVID every day. I'm like, oh, you off today? She's like, yes. Like after like 8 days straight, she just looked beat. I'm just like, dude, like,
yeah.
Especially like the doctors.
Did I give it away?
You give her a free call?
Nah, bro. Bill still got to be paid.
Still capitalism over here.
Money still talk, bro.
Thank you.
We're still happily.
I mean, she still got a job, right? I'm confused. She can pay.
I think a good topic we can have is that the capitalism debate at some point, because I used to always be like, oh well, socialism great, but capitalism not all bad. But damn, man, it's just this whole thing goes to show you that just like one thing. Granted, it's not a reoccurring thing, but like one thing can severely throw off capitalism to the point where like the world is shut down, right? And the thing with this, like quarantine stuff, like we can quarantine as much as we want, 2-3 months, but most of the country can't handle, like business wise or financially wise, cannot handle going a month, let alone 2 months without revenue. So I don't know how they're going to reconcile that aspect of it. So yeah, it's just uncertain times right now.
We just pull out $1 trillion out of thin air, as we seem to do every
Well, it's not thin air. It's you're borrowing money. That's all it is. You're borrowing money from other countries, and it just drives up the deficit. But I mean, at this point, you have such a short term like emergency fund need that I guess you really can't think twice about it. But yeah, man, it's a lot going on right now. It's a crazy couple months. So how do you guys want to do the toast? Like, do you just want to do one big toast just for just everybody that's doing something to fight the fight against COVID, or do we want to give individual toasts?
No,
Kind of do
I'm down
groups
for
like
one
we
toast.
do. Yeah, we can do one.
No, I'm saying like I'm down for this one toast, but I mean it's up to y'all, man. I feel like we all in agreement.
Yeah, I think one we missed. I mean, I don't usually shout out leadership and local elected officials too much, but I did want to shout out specifically like kind of like Governor Larry Hogan and like different people who Cuomo too, Governor Cuomo in New York, but just people who are taking an aggressive stance on this here in the U.S., which is something a lot of them are saying they never dealt with. Like a lot of us in our generation haven't seen this before. So the fact that they're willing to put the economy, so to speak, at risk, like, and close down jobs, shut down offices, and shorten, like, so in DC, they shortened the amount of routes that the buses are taking now. So I know that's some people's shifts that are just gone down the drain for right now.
Salute Mayor Bowser. So I mean,
Yeah.
I know she's a controversial figure for a lot of people, but
Right.
I think she's doing a really great job.
Right. Yeah. So really shout out to elected officials. That's another group on top of the nurses and people who have to make these, make these tough decisions. I can imagine.
It's way more important to have like our leadership on the state and the county level, because our national leadership is having quite a time with it, and I'll leave it at that. I mean, it's like our scientists and our our presidential whatever cabinet is not working in the same, not working in the same. Yeah. So
they're like lagging behind on how they doing stuff.
Yeah, he's announcing a cure that they're gonna use, and then the dude, and then
they're like, wait, hold on, like, wait,
don't say that.
I told you that
it's not true. We haven't done trials. Like, okay.
Special shout out to the NIAID nigga.
NIH.
Whatever it is, it's NIAID. It's not. No, they got a bunch of them. It's NIAID too. NAI.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's NIAID, nigga.
Oh, okay. Cool. Shout out to him as well.
They got a few of them. That's Fauci, right?
Is that what Fauci is? Oh.
I don't know who that is.
I'm going to Google. It's all right. Y'all keep talking.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, no, shout out to Dr. Fauci. I mean, he's doing a great job. I also like him because he's not really here to bullshit.
Nah, you can't bullshit right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
you cannot bullshit right now.
Yeah, he works at National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Yeah, shout out to him. He's a smart guy.
Just go ahead and give it to
yeah, but I mean,
it is NIAID, man. Salute. You got it.
They called it NIAID before, bro.
No, I thought you were making a joke about the NIH, and I was like, wait, what? Like, but no, I'm sorry. Apologies. And I didn't even call you a monkey today.
I know.
I have to retire the monkey bit.
I'm sitting in my home. I refuse to sit over here and make a trumpet noise for you today.
You will not.
I got you.
I'll tell you, what the hell you making monkey noises?
I said, what the hell you doing?
I'm playing with my friends. I told you.
I miss him.
Don't come in here.
Don't come in here. You making monkey noises. You watching them videos again, Dante?
Oh my god.
No, mom. No, mom.
So wait, y'all think I'll watch porn?
Are the Tostitos ready though?
I hate y'all. Nigga.
Hot Pockets.
Says the nigga who was getting a whole cake bake for him yesterday.
I'm about to say you spoiled.
I'm about to say, nigga, you got cake, nigga. I ain't got no cake.
Hey man,
I'm gonna have to re-up soon, and there's nothing in these grocery stores, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, man. Panic buying is ridiculous right now, man.
Oh yeah, and yeah, so I mean, this is kind of a disjointed episode because it's odd, but I think that goes into what our topic is this week, which is social media. Which I mean, I think social media plays a big role in this whole thing, and not even before this, but just how social media can be a great tool and can be a not so great tool in times like this, depending on how you look at it. I don't know if somebody wants to pitch it, but like, I mean, the way I take it based off what Malik just said was, you see like people going out and buying and fighting over toilet paper and
literally fighting
items like that, like literally fighting over like food at the grocery store like that. When in reality, I mean, like there's not a food shortage, so there's really no reason to like fight over that. The only thing that I think is in short supply really is the cleaning products and like the hand sanitizer and stuff. Like that's the
Medicine
stuff
too.
that like just the demand and medicine too. But even then, like Sinead went to the Target the other day. They had all the medicine. Like basically all the other stuff gets restocked every day. But
Yeah,
like
it gets restocked.
people will see stuff on Twitter. But honestly, this is one of my just beliefs I have. I feel like a person that consumes social media on Twitter and a person that consumes media on Facebook are completely different. I feel like the Facebook crazy fringe will see stuff on Facebook. Oh my God, I gotta go and get all the toilet paper and I gotta go get guns and stuff. And
but those are the people that do it though, because people on Twitter be like, like I get
about
to
to
it.
say. And I just feel like
Facebook,
people on Twitter are just more just aware of what's going on. I think, reporters and smart people on Twitter, it's easier to send a tweet than I guess to go through all the stuff that goes on Facebook. So you can get information more quickly on Twitter from actual verified. And I guess you could too on Facebook, but it's the way our society works now. Everybody's first instinct is a tweet. So when a reporter learns something important, like when what was it? I forgot what publication is found out about the senators that were insider trading with their stocks before this happened. Like they go immediately, they tweet about it, or like they tweet about all like the crazy, just awful numbers coming out of Italy. Like they tweet about it, and you get that information first. And then Facebook, I feel like there's less like information given on Facebook as much as it just people on Facebook. And then when you have because like more people use Facebook than Twitter, and then when you have that means you have more stupid people on Facebook than you do on Twitter.
That's how Oprah ended up in charge of a whole sex ring.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that. Oh man,
geez. And now with this quarantine, Bama's got more time to consume.
Ever just to make shit up.
Yeah, man.
She actually had to go. She had to go out and admit that she didn't do it. I'm trying to figure out why she had to clear it up, bro. I was like, yo, this is like
I'm not saying I didn't even believe that was
completely a rumor.
I didn't believe it.
Like throughout the entirety of history, like whenever people are rich and have money and they're like a minority, whether they're Jewish or they're like a woman or they're black, whenever they reach that type of wealth, you notice conspiracy theories like that start to follow them. You notice that never goes against just normal, just run of the mill white people. It's always about, and so like when people go and push that stuff, I just want everybody to know that's the bed you're laying in. You're laying in with all that conspiracy, right wing Bart Bright. I don't trust them. They're the other type people. So
yeah, because when you have that much money, they think you have that much power, and that means like you tied up in all type of stuff.
Something.
That's how they look at it.
And it's always some type of child abuse. That's like always like the go-to.
It all comes down to that,
which is really
that's because
weird.
It gets people's attention, and that's like it gets people really like up in arms about it, and that's the thing. Like that's what they want.
Place in DC where they said that they were doing some type of underground sex ring, and dude pulled up there with the gun, like, yo, free the girls, and you were like, what girls, nigga?
Right? What are you talking about?
Oh, that was wild.
Fam,
we have Shelly. She waits tables. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else.
Shelly, you're 19, right? She's an adult. Sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. It's always, that's how you know, it's always child abuse. It's never nothing. It's because like I read something that said, oh, Tom Hanks doesn't really have coronavirus. He was involved as well, and so was Idris Elba and all these people, and they're just saying that they have coronavirus. And I'm just like, guys, I understand we're kind of bored right now, but like people are just stupid though. That's nothing to do with the coronavirus, honestly. It's just people are dumb. But that's social media for you, right? Like there's like two things. It can be a great wealth of information. I spent most of my day today listening to a podcast about Watergate that I found off of Twitter, which is fine, which is fun. That's good information. But then on the flip side of that, I can go on Facebook and learn about how not only is Oprah a lizard person, she also molests children. So like,
Wait, she was a lizard person?
Oh, I did not know that.
Dang.
Oh, no, all of them are lizard. They thought Obama was a lizard person.
So you just can't be black?
Basically.
I'm about to say, God damn, can't be black and black and have power. That means you're a lizard, man.
Let us not put all the bad stuff on Facebook, because Twitter is just as terrible of a place, because if you just go through the comment section of that stuff and just retweet, people are stupid too, because it's like, yo, remember like last week, this past Friday, they moved those tents over there to FedEx Field. Everybody was like, yo, martial law is coming. They about to set up the government. Everybody bringing the guns and all that type of stuff. And it's like, yo, I literally scrolled through it and I found a reporter who was like, they're setting up medical tents. They're going to be doing testing. Right. So y'all just could do like 5 seconds worth of Googling, bro, because he said this like 2 hours ago. nobody ever said anything about it. Everybody was just like, "Yo, the army's here. They setting up." And I'm like, why would they just go to FedEx?
Because Dante, their cousin who's like the janitor at the Pentagon on the 6th floor, heard
He just seen it all,
5-star general say that. He saw it all, and he
5-star general.
He knew it.
Oh,
General Perkins, what's going to happen? I say, don't look at me in my eye.
Mopping the floor by the door. I heard it.
I was mopping the floor real nice.
They was talking about it. Nigga, hear shit.
Why y'all make their cousin a slave?
I ain't say slave. I don't know.
It's not like a motherfucking slave.
That was a slave voice.
Yeah, that was a slave voice.
He ain't just like that from DC.
Why the country voice had to be a slave voice? That's wild.
I mean, that's what most
slaves
of the
were in the
slaves came
South.
from. Yeah.
God. Anyway, the point is, that's social media for you, right? It's just like, and not even just that. It's like more so just the virus itself. So like, I think it is another thing why I think Twitter, I feel like the people who use Twitter, they were more aware of how serious everything was. Because I feel like if you read Twitter, you see like the number, like Twitter has it set up where you can go and it basically shows you like a running list of all the bad things happening. So like
Twitter got a whole nightmare page basically.
I'm about to say, oh shit.
Just
I feel like, basically you just sit
terrified.
there and you're like, oh, well, I'm not leaving the house today. Well, I guess
They just give you all the developments from every other country. Oh yeah, Iraq got 300 people dead. Man, this thing is so bad the terrorists are scared to go out.
I'm about to say ISIS is like, don't take no flights to Europe. You're like, nah, okay, don't go.
Well, the collateral damage would be minimal right now. This ain't a good time to do a terrorist attack. Nobody outside. Sorry, I ain't mean.
You can't exactly attack the airlines. I mean, ain't nobody flying.
Ain't nobody flying.
You're gonna kill the one nigga that decided to go to Puerto Rico for lunch.
Pretty much
strategy, Moby.
Well,
damn,
really
bro.
making a dent in this one.
I was trying to go to Puerto Rico for lunch, man. Be back, man. Fuck.
Oh man, them plane tickets all cheap though. If you don't die, going where you going.
I heard the tickets coming back ain't so cheap though.
Of course not.
People still flying.
If you can't come back. Yeah, people are still flying.
People are still flying, but I'm just saying, right. Flights coming back ain't too pretty.
If you leave the country, you don't know what the situation is going to be when it's time.
I'm not saying you might not be able to
come back.
I think they basically said yesterday, they were like, if you go, then good luck coming back. Basically, they said they couldn't say that you can't come back. They were just like,
Probably a lot.
Yeah. And even if you do come back, you quarantine off rip. Like most people making you safe.
Looking at you crazy. They
quarantine for like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Bro, whenever you get to the foreign country you go to, you got to quarantine for 2 weeks there too. Basically, all the vacations
just changing locations.
Yeah. You go to any other country, you go to South America or Africa, they gonna look at you like you crazy. Like the tables have completely been turned.
Like don't bring that shit.
You sit there and try to go to Mexico right now.
You are a foreign invader.
Like nah, guys, you go sit in the hazmat suit.
Bro, I'm about to say Africa has become the
chilling on the beach with a hazmat suit on though. Niggas on the beach with a hazmat suit sipping my time.
I mean, I got the hazmat suit on, but I mean, at least I'm on the beach though. Like,
right. You know what I'm saying? It's hot as hell out here though, man. I'm sweating.
Summer 20 is gonna suck.
Shit. But yeah, so like, I don't. God, man, I don't even want to think about
it. Oh,
my bad. Go ahead, get back to the back.
Like, I'm about to say losing a whole summer, it would just, I don't know, that'd be terrible. But like,
I'm trying to tell
anyway,
you,
back
2020 never exists.
Shit, I wish.
It's all a blur.
It's a complete leap year, bro. We're skipping the year. No, we're skipping the year. I'm going 2021.
I'm about to say, man, my 2021 gonna be beautiful, man. New year, new me. Like shit.
New Year's I'm gonna be able to leave the house, nigga.
I'm about to say New Year COVID free. Like shit.
It's gonna be like when the lockout ended in the NBA. The first game is on Christmas. Like, oh, that shit, it don't matter. Just New Year's Eve is here. This is it.
Well, back when we started playoffs in January,
warm ups off. Let's go. I've been waiting.
You got a whole KD back. Niggas like, wait, how you play?
I said KD actually could come back now.
Like,
no bullshit for the playoffs, KD. This could create a different narrative. I will say.
You
gotta look at the bright side of things.
Any long term? I've listened.
Kyrie was hurt.
I listened to a radio show like this week, and they were like, if everything comes back around fall, I mean, hypothetically, you could have like the NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals, football season, college football, all this stuff.
You got to, bro. We gotta look forward to something fun, bro.
Yeah.
Like they gotta figure out a way to make it happen that way, bro. Like nonstop, every day is something crazy going.
I mean, I think we might get that. Yeah. So I mean,
why not?
And then by then, stadium will be open too.
Mm.
The stadium will be open.
Yeah,
It will.
the
I'm
after
surprised the
party.
stadium is
So,
closed. To be honest with you, I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
say
It's
because they were
closed?
like one of the first people that were like, we're still open, guys. You guys can come through. So I
of
think that
course, they
changed that.
sanitize very well at stadium. You
The
know, they
place
Do
is a
they?
sanitize a little
hodgepodge,
Do
bowl
bro.
they?
every time.
That money is dirty. That money's dirty, bro.
The
Man,
money
it's a
dirty, yeah, the money dirty. But you know, so they put it in a trash bag and they disinfect it in the back. I'm sure.
that place is probably a petri dish during regular times.
I saw enough people out last Saturday that I was a little
Uncomfortable.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Niggas was just out last weekend. They ain't nobody cared. I mean, I guess that was right before things got super serious about it, but still, like,
But still, bro, like,
but still,
Well, that goes into the whole thing that we were saying, though. Would you rather be blissfully ignorant, or would you rather know what's coming?
I'd
Like
rather know what's coming.
Well, I mean, no, I'm saying because if you on social media, some people you still blissfully ignorant because it's like, yo, you still didn't have all the facts yet because you were still like, yo, we don't have enough tests, so people didn't know the numbers were lower. Since the numbers were lower
So
at that
like,
point, that's what I'm saying. It's
I
like,
definitely think the people who I follow on Twitter and follow on Instagram are more likely to stay inside than the people that I just knew just use Instagram or use Facebook. I will say that. I think there's a definite difference between the two, like between the demographics. Like Twitter,
I mean,
definitely.
we can't really put
Darren, I'm not
everything
trying
on.
to disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect you, Darren. I know you'll use Twitter. I'm not including you in this. I'm not. You're pretty smart, but I'm
you
just
know, I
saying
post
in
videos
general.
on Facebook.
You said what?
I'm mocking Darren. You know,
No.
I post videos on Facebook.
I haven't used Facebook since like high school. I'm pretty sure.
oh, I still use Facebook for my job, so
Oh, cool.
it's important. I do social media stuff, so yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Facebook is the. I mean, I think it's
the
easily
biggest social media network still.
Yeah.
I think. So
Twitter is not real life. Like I think we saw that in the polls, like with the Democratic polls, right? Like where it's Bernie on Twitter, and then in real life, like all people over 45 are like socialism. Fuck. So you know.
I mean, I think the biggest thing, I mean, before we like separate like between Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter or whatever, like I think as a whole, social media, kind of like what Dante was saying, kind of pits against like whether you rather like be ignorant or whether you have too much information or like you have so much. And this goes with technology in general. Like we get information so fast, like people are all rushing to be the first, like to report something or to tweet something, to post something, like not necessarily caring about like whether something's accurate or whether they all just trying to be funny or trying to get views or get clicks or whatever or get retweets. But like at what cost? You get what I'm saying? Like I think that's what a lot.
And even to like add on to, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I was gonna say, even to add on what you're saying, yo, if I'm going on social media and I'm scrolling through my IG story and I see everybody in the club last week, I'm like, oh yeah, we good. It don't even matter. We fine. Right. And I'm just following. It's monkey see, monkey do. Not to call people monkeys. That is really
that's what it is.
It's just like, yeah,
You're right. No, you're right.
Yeah, so it's just like people just follow each other out there because you looking at everybody else and you're like, yo, these people all outside, they're fine. We're all good. And then if you went through your social media feed last week, everything that you saw was probably like, yo, we're good. We're not closing down. You just saw people putting up extra videos of themselves, like cleaning everything down, spraying down bottles, spraying down tables.
We have 3 bottles of sanitizer next to the stripper pole.
It don't got to be a strip club. But I mean, like, yo, everybody had bleach and all that type of stuff. So they're like, yo, we killing germs all the time. You can still come through here. So that's like the biggest thing with social media is like, yo, people they chose to be ignorant at that point because like, yo, you can look at everything going on and be like, yo, people are cleaning. I'm all right. We still good. But it's like, yo, if you just do a deeper dive, it's like these people in Italy and people, even Americans that are in Italy are telling us all the time, this stuff ain't no joke. Like we should probably stay in the house. It's all hit. It's
always that population of people too that just like, regardless of what everybody's saying, are just skeptics and like, hey, they don't know what they're talking about. I'll be fine. I was just outside yesterday. I was fine. Like people, whatever. I wash my hands. I got the sanitizer on me. Like it's always that group of people who are like, whatever, regardless of what everybody's saying, just fuck it.
Can we talk about the fact that social media made Black people impervious to this stuff for like a whole 2 weeks?
Because people are stupid as shit. I mean, but yeah. Like, yeah, that was the thing. People legitimately thought that. I mean, I'd like to think that people were just joking. They didn't really think that, but then.
No, I want to joke.
Yeah, about to say they probably really think that.
That Black people couldn't get it.
That was like a thing that was on Twitter that people were saying. Because I guess the only reason why they were saying that was because there was no cases in Africa, and to that point, the only people that were coming out were like there. But even then,
it was a lag, bro. It was a lag. But
even then, though, the first known person that we knew would have it was fucking Rudy Gobert, and I mean, he's biracial. So I mean, like, I don't.
Nah, he's just a nigga.
Yeah, whatever.
You would
I
think
mean,
they were showing this graphic in my job of all the countries that like are having coronavirus popped up. In Africa was like the whole like most of it wasn't even touched yet, which was crazy to see. So I can see why a lot of people was like, "Oh,
Corona's scared of lions." Duh.
Come on, son.
Bro.
Okay.
Fucking reach.
All right.
That's the cure right there.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that?
but the whole time it was lions.
Keep
So
it
the lions have
free to-
away.
free
The
to
lion.
lion.
That's the lion.
Lion blood.
the lion just have
Lion
to
blood.
roar.
It's the heat.
Black-
It's
black
hot. It's
lion
hotter
blood.
climates, man. Hotter climates, man. No corona, man.
Exactly.
Corona.
And this is like the ignorance you'd find on Facebook.
I'm about to say this is something you would see on Facebook. If you made a meme like this and just say that, you'd get engagement from that. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
So I mean, but so that's just, but that's where we are in society right now. It's a war of information right now. But on the flip side of that too, though, I mean, there is such thing as too much information, which I think Twitter is guilty of sometimes. Like I see a lot of just doomsday scenarios out there that
I see
Depends
one
on
more
when they get hit with an
simulation.
asteroid. So
Did we
I mean,
avoid that yet?
I didn't see it was going to
we're
get hit.
always about to get hit
take
with
Twitter.
Fly close. I thought it was just going to fly close. I didn't think it was going to hit us.
When I said there ain't no asteroid tracker on Twitter.
No, I have enough things. That
Somebody
get
uncle at
Twitter,
NASA.
so I'm about to say,
He got that same Southern voice y'all use.
Man,
that damn asteroid, you gotta watch out for that shit. Man, watch out for that shit gonna bitch you in your ass, boy.
I seen this, Slim.
There you go.
Seen
That
it,
works.
Slim.
That's better. Yeah, that's better. I seen the Slim. It's a whole asteroid coming, bruh. Oh man, shout out to that.
Shit. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? But yeah, so like as far as just like too much information, like I think so. Like in general, in Twitter, what I've noticed in the last 3-4 years, there are people who like their Twitter following is based on them replying directly to Donald Trump's tweets. If you look at what Donald Trump tweets, the first 3 to 4 tweets are always like the same couple of accounts that are like liberal people just saying, "Oh, you're so stupid." Oh, hey, da, da, da. And they've made like a whole career out of just being like the super liberal person. So like I noticed like a lot of those same type of people are the same people posting that type of like what's the word? Super we're all literally everybody you and everybody you know are gonna die from this type thing. So like anytime Donald Trump does anything, Donald Trump just did the most heinous fucking thing. Listen, Donald Trump's done a lot of heinous shit, but there's people over there who like literally just like ambulance chasers, like everything he does is the biggest thing.
Right.
They're also jumping on this wave with the virus too that I've noticed, and it's just like there's a difference. There's like this weird dichotomy of people like that who, although post you as the most doomsday scenario, 2 million people are gonna die, and then on the other extreme of that are the people who are like, it's just the flu, you dumbass people, to go out there. Da, 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 da. So like, I don't know. I just would love to know. Go back to the 1918s. Like they didn't have social media, but just go around. Just
That's actually that's what I was gonna say. Like, how do you feel?
I mean,
like
we couldn't do that. We would have to ask Kurt because back in 1918, I don't.
Oh,
it wasn't a pretty place. It wasn't a pretty place.
We couldn't
Had to catch a local paper in the blacks only section.
We couldn't question this from the lunch counter in 1918.
I'm about to say,
oh no,
you have to be at a table. Yeah, but how do you feel like this would be different, like without social media? Just like in general, like if you ain't had social media going through this, do you feel like it would be? Do we all feel like how we think it would be?
Well, it would depend. So would it be no social media, but you still have like the same connected type of world? Where
all right, so take it back to like 90, like 99, like 2000. Like you got TV, all that stuff. You just don't got social media.
But you're still able to go from country to country though, pretty easily.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
It would probably be worse because like people really wouldn't know what was going on, and people would still be going back and forth. That's what the problem is. Like why Europe gets hit so hard. Like I don't think people realize just like in Europe, like how we have states, like a country full of states. Europe is basically just like a bunch of states, like England, Italy, Spain. You can go from these places from one country to another in like 2-3 hours. Like. So it's really easy for like those countries to get in trouble when people just easily go back and forth like that. Like United States, like to get from one end to another takes a while, but from get to England to Spain, like I follow like soccer and like literally fans will go when they're playing the Champions League against a team another. They'll take a day trip to Spain and just come back because it's like it's like going to like North Carolina or something. So
it's a tough trip, man.
Yeah.
I feel like if we didn't have social media, we'd be happy. Go ahead.
Yeah, on one end, like you said, like if with all this information, we're able to know things faster. We're able to kind of be updated like in a timely fashion. But at the same time, like with all this information, like I said before, we have misinformation, people not stating things accurately. And we also have like we said a couple episodes ago, like a spike in people comparing themselves to other people comparing themselves to this and that, and like a spike in depression that we're seeing a lot more. And that a part of that goes into what you said, Aaron, with exposure to seeing every single thing that's going on for somebody who's anxiety or somebody who has like can get overwhelmed by that. Like that's a lot to take in, like to see it. Like I had to turn off the news, and that's part of the reason. Like I'm probably the only person in this. Well, I am the only person on this pod without Twitter, but like that was part of the reason why I got off. It was just too much. Like I just like searching, like getting all that information at once. Like it can be a lot for somebody. And just really social media. I watch how much I'm on social media and how much I'm watching the news, because that's depressing, man.
I think Twitter is, and this is a bad example because this is like something that's that big a deal, but I think Twitter is in general is a platform that can make you think that every little thing is the most important thing that's happening right there in that moment, and that you have to react to it immediately and have an opinion on it like immediately. That's not how the real world works. Like Twitter, though, you kind of just like, this is the most important thing. No, this is the most important thing. That's
you got to, yeah. That makes sense.
So, like, again, you're just exposed to just so much stuff, and like that can breed like anxiety. Like, again, I have to limit my Twitter use. Like, I'll go on Twitter looking for NFL free agency news, and then I'll go end up in an article. This is what it's like being in an Italian hospital right now, where 35 people are begging to be shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most. And again, I struggle with the thought, is it better to be just super scary and super over the top, like overcautious with everything, like, oh, the worst case scenario is going to happen? Because in that case, even if it doesn't, at least you
prepared,
even if
ready for it.
you're prepared, you're ready for it. Like, is it better to do that, or should it be like, let's wait and see how everything goes? I mean,
I don't know though, because
it's about.
I mean, I'm just saying, like your angle on that though is like was led people to panic by though. Is like accepting the the worst case scenario. It's like, bruh, like there's like the president, the nation has not hinted towards any type of like global lockdown, or excuse me, countrywide lockdown. But yet people are lined up to Costco every single day. Yet people are, because of what they're getting from Twitter, Facebook, other social media. It's not even the president, not even the administration has said that they're even thinking about doing that. And yet people are going out. I mean, like, even I'll give you a side to social media. Like, I don't know if you guys know anybody that has received a text from somebody that works in DOH, or that works in the police department, or that works in, National Guard. And yes, the past 2 days we've supposed to be
Space Force.
You know what I'm saying? The Space Force. You know what I'm saying? I got a cousin that worked for the Space Force. He's a janitor, but he was overhearing while he was cleaning up the boardroom.
Hey, Slow.
We on lockdown starting Sunday. Like, what, bro? Like, come on,
Space
bro.
Force.
Like, come on. Like that's just the point of sensationalism to its finest, right there.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw some. I forgot. I can't remember the quote. I should have wrote it down. It was like it. So like if you like over prepare for something and it goes correctly, you're always gonna be looked at like, oh wow, you're crazy. You really were overreacting to that. You know what I mean? If it goes the way it's supposed to go. It's only when like you don't prepare for something and it goes wrong, you know what I mean? And then at the last second you have to scramble everything. That's when you get like the praise or whatever. But like you're never gonna get rewarded for being overprotected, I guess, right? So like if we're able to flatten the curve, and like say we have only like 100,000 people or 200,000 people pass away from this, everybody's going to look back. Well, not everybody is, but people are going to look back on this next year and be like, remember we had to be quarantined for 3 months? It really just like a couple old people died and and people say that, right? But in reality, like if we didn't take the measures that we took, that number could have been exponentially different. So yeah, it's a lot, right? I mean, and the thing is too, the scariest part of it, we really don't know. You just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Like I'm at the point now after this, 3 months into this year, where like There's really nothing that could really surprise me. Like if I wake up tomorrow and I pick my phone up and I get like CNN alerts, there's really not one headline that could really surprise me if I turned around and looked at it.
It's a good point.
Like,
Here, man.
to be like, oh,
Here.
No, those aliens are gonna surprise you.
like Morpheus,
And
like just came. Morpheus came to the Capitol building and was like, "I'm gonna reset the simulation." And okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense, right? This guy,
all a dream.
It was all a dream, right?
Take y'all out the Matrix. You said this shit get crazy.
Man, like, damn.
So there is a glitch in the program.
There's a bug. Yeah, we got it. We're gonna get it out. We're gonna get a beta out in a little bit, and then we're going to give you the final version. But we gotta take
the man. Corona wasn't supposed to happen, man. This wasn't supposed to happen. Unplug y'all.
See, somebody put a cheat code in, and you weren't supposed to like in old Pokemon games where you go and you swim and get the little virus thing you're not supposed to get in Pokemon. Like somebody did that in real life. And
my parents have bought me that joint.
You have Pokemon?
I'm in like the little cheat thing. And you get the battle, like a little game shark. You get the battle, right?
I thought you just had to swim.
Get the the virus thing. You just had to swim.
Dang, I ain't know about all that, bro. I should have been friends with y'all back then. Could have had way more Pokemon.
I tried to do it. I could never do it. But if you go on YouTube, you can.
Right. They probably can show you step by step now. Yeah.
I don't got no Game Boy no more, nigga.
Oh yeah, it's just all it is. It's like a little messed up version of a Pokemon, and it makes a weird sound. And if you save your game like gets corrupted. Shout to the virus.
Oh, I heard about that.
You can catch it though. Yeah, you can catch it though.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Shout out.
That's our Pokemon segment right there.
Yeah.
So for somebody who doesn't have social media,
I was about to go to Pokemon.
Let's bring this back in right
there. Somebody please bring this motherfucker.
Let me rank with this nigga.
Somebody use a master ball to capture these niggas back.
Bro, this shit back in.
Nah, there's a Reggie Ice and there's a Reggie. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Head off.
Somebody who doesn't have social media, bro, like. What do you like? Do you think would you convince them to get social? Like, what are y'all stances on somebody who just doesn't have it or who just kind of turns off the social media like altogether?
If you don't got it right now, don't add it.
Who are we talking about?
Just a general public. No, maybe our age because older people probably don't have social media. But I'm talking about somebody our age, so like somebody who decides to cut off.
I'm not gonna lie. If you don't have any type of social media, I think that's a little weird.
There you go.
That's a little strange. I mean,
that's like dude off.
You mean like any? Like you talking like LinkedIn? Like
no, not LinkedIn. I'm talking about the three, the main ones: Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram,
and LinkedIn.
LinkedIn 3.5.
LinkedIn important, bro.
I feel like that's weird. Like I don't know.
I mean, you gotta at least have a Facebook.
I don't know.
If not, you're a hermit.
Yeah, I feel like everybody made a Facebook.
Like I don't know.
So that you should have
like where do you get news from? I guess you have the actual news,
but have news apps.
So you can still get news.
Yeah. Because when I'm trying to stay off social media, I like set up my little ESPN alerts and CNN alerts. That's how I get my news. If I don't want to look at social media for like a time, then I'll get everything. Then it won't be as fast. That's true. Because Twitter.
Maybe I'm just an addict. That could totally be it. I'm just addicted to it, so I don't know what to say. But that'd be weird though. Because I feel like that's just such a normal thing. That'd be like. Somebody growing up without a television, you'd automatically think like, "Oh,
they're Amish." Yo, did the Amish know what's going on?
Probably not. They just
I think they kind of have to like the newer, the younger Amish people. They have cars and stuff.
What they do? What they got? Model Ts, nigga.
They have regular cars. Where my nanny used to live in St. Mary's County, there used to always be Amish people around, and they eventually, like the younger ones, that'd be like in their 30s with kids, they would take cars. I mean, like the older ones, they still use.
You don't take no damn GPS, that's for sure.
Basically, but yeah, they use some technology. Like now, I mean, I figure you pretty much got it. Like I don't know how far.
You think the Amish got like a Instagram page or a Twitter or something?
As a collective,
probably. Yes. The Amish Society of America.
We are the Amish.
At We the Amish.
There's a lot of misconceptions about us out there, and we want to clear them up.
Like the Amish got a whole. Yo, they do have a Twitter. The Church of Satan. It's pretty popular.
Yeah, I know. It's actually funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's funny.
I might look that shit up.
Why is Amish coronavirus a thing?
Because a lot of niggas like I'll tell you the same question.
There's a picture of Steve Harvey like falling out. It's on Amish people when they find out about coronavirus, be a carrier pigeon. That's awful.
Oh my gosh. And that's Twitter, everyone.
Jedediah, there's a goddamn virus out there.
Did
I
you
haven't
know
seen one of
that?
those since 19.
The market
There's
was
too many of
so
us in
empty.
the house.
What the hell was going on?
There wasn't no goddamn corn or none of the watermelon, none of the people were there. I just, goddamn, it took me 35 fucking hours to get out there.
Oh, they probably get all they news from the Amish market. Niggas probably be telling them why
No
they be buying
bull.
stuff.
So they
You
get it
ever
from
heard
Twitter.
about old Cletus?
These niggas get all they news from word of mouth, bro.
Did you hear about Cletus? He only chucked 3 ears of corn last year. Terrible.
His family should be ashamed of himself.
The Amish probably got a simple social
They make
media.
some good food though.
Bro, how do
They
make
do.
pizza?
They chicken so good.
You said what?
They
How do they make pizza?
Amish chicken.
They use oven.
They should know about pizza. It's not American. Where'd they find that? Where'd they find out about it from?
That's not historically accurate. How do you know how to make pizza?
They should be making the basics. I bet to the Amish market they got pizza in that joint, bro.
Pizza isn't
I'll
American
just
either.
Johnny cakes. Johnny cakes and bacon. That's it.
Be honest with you, a Cornish game hen maybe.
Our Cornish game.
I love a good Cornish hen.
Oh, bro, good Cornish hen hit. Nothing better. Break that bad boy down in half.
All right, somehow we
Put
got
wild rice in it.
Oh man, I didn't even know about that, boy. Let me tell you, though, mac and cheese with that. Oh, wow, yeah, you right.
Put it in the guts.
Yeah, I'm hungry now, bro. What's going on?
I'm starving.
Cooking with the Hentations.
Oh, Cornish hens with the Hentations.
It is a great game. It's very gamish.
Oh man,
we should invite Salt Bay.
No, I'm good. He don't season his food, bro. He only put salt on that joint. That's it.
All the salt end up on his elbows, bro. He be missing the food.
Can I get some pepper on that? Hey, salt guy. Can I get some pepper? Can I add some?
Do you do
some
anything
adobo,
else?
maybe.
Adobo.
Bro, exactly. That nigga gonna bring you just a red slab of meat with no seasoning in it. And you gonna be like, it's got flavor in there.
What?
How? I ain't no nigga from Middle Europe make me no meal.
Middle Europe. Well, technically he's from the Middle East, I think. He's
word. Yeah. Close to Europe, right?
Yeah, I mean it's
Israel playing the Euro League.
All right, I'm gonna
shut my ignorant self up.
I'm gonna throw the Pokemon back, bro. These things. We got a wild Dante. We gotta catch this nigga.
My bad. Go ahead, bro.
I think, like we running up on time. But I think, like, what is something like, because like you guys said, it's a tough balance. Like at the same time, we're in a space like you're almost a hermit if you don't have any of these social media tools at your disposal or use any of these social media. But at the same time, like with social media brings, like we said before, like a lot of depression, a lot of anxieties, and sometimes misinformation. So what do you guys like? How do you guys balance like the two, like kind of not weighing in too much with everybody, with all the bad news or the comparisons that come with social media, to using them as tools for information and like sometimes entertainment? Because we'll be lying if we said we didn't need it for entertainment too. Like it's not all just news, but
I mean, it's not sometimes. I mean that's again. So it's mostly like what I use for entertainment, right? I probably spend more time on Twitter than I do doing like. I don't play video games anymore. I mean, I watch TV just to watch sports and stuff. So I use Twitter for a lot of that. But I mean, as far as a balancing act, I mean, like again, like I mean, I don't know. Like when you have anxiety, things just give you anxiety. I don't know if there's a way to balance it. You know what I mean? Because like there's so many things that, at least in my case, there's so many things that trigger you that like, you know, I mean, you kind of just have to take the punches like as they go. Like I've kind of proud of myself how I've handled, you know, this whole thing. That and, you know, a little Xanax every now and then help out. But
Xanny bar?
a little Xan every now and then.
Yeah, help a little Xan, you know.
This nigga going to Zanzibar.
Yeah,
right. You got some little codeine over there too?
No, man. I did not take any of the Xanax that any of the rappers talk about.
Nigga popping the lube.
No, I don't take anything that future raps about. There are different types of Xanax. He's on the level. I don't know.
What do you mean? I thought a Xanny was a Xanny.
No, that is not how it works at all. No, not at all. I take
feel like the only difference is the amount that they take too much.
Yeah, no, I mean they take whole bars. You know, like
I
the
see.
little, like the little shits that you get little fun dip with, the little stick.
That's what they look like.
If you break that into quarters, that's what a fucking zany bar looks like. Yes, I don't take that
the whole
shit.
thing. It's fun.
Okay, sure. You know what? That's our next field trip. We're gonna take you somewhere when the quarantine's over. We're gonna give you a full zany bar, let you release you out in the wild.
Are we gonna take one?
No, he's gonna take one.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Could you put a leash on me or something, bro? I'm gonna lose my damn mind.
Like, I say a quarter piece each. Is that how we roll it?
No, all for Dante. You know, give Dante the whole one. See what he does.
That nigga might
just make sure that leash is tight.
Don't kill this nigga.
But seriously, back to the whole thing, like the balance. I don't know. I'm actively trying to just cut down on my time on Twitter, right? There's no way to get away from this, right? Because the thing is, in the day, it is a really bad situation, and we really don't know anything about it. So there's really not a ton of good news, I guess, to go around outside of most likely not. You won't die, I guess, if you get it. Like even like super old people, it's still. I mean, it's not like it's an 70, 80, 90% death sentence like Ebola was or something like that. But even then, that's still not a super, oh, I feel better about it type thing. So it's just moderation. I don't know. Like, yeah. So, I mean, this is a day by day situation right now. There's no strategy guide. There's no playbook to get through this right now. If you have anxiety, like it's going to be tough. And it's just, all you can do is just try to keep yourself in your own world. I think it's important to be informed, even if it's bad news. You still need to be informed about what's going on, even if it sucks. Like, right, same thing as like, I know like people don't want to go to the doctor because you're scared what you're going to hear. Still got to go to the doctor, right? So
yeah,
you have to get information, but again, try to curate it the way that helps you manage whatever your issue is as much as possible.
Yeah, that's the same thing I would say. Like in terms of just like being able to just go through there, you take what you take from it. You go on there. You do if you're not a person like sits around and like watches CNN or like actually like gets up in the morning and watch the news. You probably should go on there just to see what like somebody is saying about this, like a professional, like a real like news source, something like that. You should go on there to get information, keep yourself informed, and just like stay abreast of all the things that are like going on. So I think it is important to do that. But like for me, personally, I try to like maintain the same thing that I like started doing with social media like last year, which is where for me, I don't look at it an hour before I go to sleep, and I don't look at it for the first hour after I wake up, because I don't want half of that stuff to be like the first thing or the last thing on my mind. So like if I'm on my phone on like the last hour, like before I go to sleep or something like that, I'm just like on the internet, just like Googling random sports related things or things like about TV shows. Like I'm on my phone still, but I'm just looking up
That's really good.
Bro. Yeah, that's the better way to do it. Now I do get up in the morning and watch the news, but it's like social media is just like, the news can scare you, but like social media will like literally give you like doomsday scenarios, and it'll be from like a PhD person. So you'll be sitting there thinking they must know. And so
that's not what's gonna happen. Yeah.
You'll be thinking you're gonna die. So yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to balance it within the rules that I already established for myself. Like last Wednesday when like it hit the fan, I was just like, yo, I can't look at anything right now. I just turned everything off. I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna watch Jesus and Meryl and just like laugh at something, because I don't want to do this. That's kind of just how it goes.
I mean, yeah, man.
Malik, how about you?
Like, I mean,
I would say like sort of the thing like Dante. You know what I mean? Like, I think one of the even bigger things that I kind of like even notice is because like on your phone, people at Apple will show you your screen time and it shows you what you've been on.
That is the worst.
That's a real eye-opening thing. Oh my gosh, bro!
Definitely.
But then also,
like an asshole.
for another thing is that like it shows you, if it's for a positive, like my screen time was down 20%, and it's this week compared to what I'm saying, other times where it's just a regular news cycle, and during this, so like what we've been talking about is like not only we need to practice social distancing, but we need to practice social media distancing. See how I did that?
That's a bar.
You know what I'm saying? See what I did that? But you know what I'm saying, like distance ourselves from misinformation. Like the biggest thing I like to do is like if I see something on Twitter, I always cross-reference it with something else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
there you go.
You gotta, the old Russian proverb: trust but verify. You know what I mean? Like,
I did not.
All right, cool. All right, let me go see who else talking about this, and then they shit match up. Then this shit might be true. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my biggest thing is like I do that like a lot, like because I mean I'm a big information guy. Like I like to know a lot about a lot of stuff just so I can have those in conversation and just but for my own personal knowledge. So that's my take on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean, no,
I
that's
agree
real
with
because
that. Go ahead, Aaron.
yeah, I just saw something earlier today about like how there were a lot of tweets going on, like in Italy, like people are saying, "Oh, since everybody's been quarantined, the animal life has flourished. There's more dolphins in the water. There's no
That was some
more."
bullshit though, because that was
Yeah,
pictures taken from
it
like
was
it was pictures taken
different
from like
places.
different
Yeah,
places. It was some bullshit. Like I was like, dude,
But
like
that's what happened after Thanos snapped his finger and the Avengers, all the wildlife started to flourish. I'm gonna shut up now.
yeah. And, I mean, yeah, it tells a good story. It
Thanos
tells a
was
fun
right.
story.
Thanos was right.
I mean, to be
tells-
honest with you though, but I can feel like it's not that dramatic, but I do feel like it plays some type of impact though,
Oh
in
no,
a way, not that dramatic.
China's air levels got bad again this week. They said that they had dropped, they like some pollution had dropped in
Right?
the air.
Yeah, they're not.
They went right back up this week. So yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
And they still locked down.
Yeah, I'm the same like you, Malik, though, like with the trust but verify thing. Like one thing that I started doing is like I said, because there's nothing more embarrassing, honestly, for me personally, like than to see something like on social media and then go like say it like you know what the fuck you're talking about, and then you end up being wrong. Like and white people, not to put this to a certain race, but like a lot of the white people in my job, they would check you on that so quick. Like what that didn't happen. That didn't happen because they're not on the same. Like they use Twitter, but most of their information comes from the news, as it should be. But like, it's nothing more embarrassing than that, like coming out with the wrong information. So I always just double check, like you, like when I see something on Instagram, just make sure that like it is accurate, it is up to date. And even the sad part is like, even when you go up to the news stations, like they make mistakes too. So even with them, you kind of have to have a trust but verify thing too. And one thing that I'm learning and I hope that more people start to do is like, even if you do put something out there, you say, hey, this is what's going on. And if it's not completely accurate, just the fact that you would go back, I think you should go back and still like correct yourself and update that. Cause we make mistakes, like, cause it's not, nobody's going to get everything correct. Like all the time.
I don't believe anything I see on social media unless there's an article from a verified news, and not just ABC affiliate in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, them motherfuckers love affiliate.
No, like actual ABC or actual
people I know working for the affiliates.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to them. Yeah, but I mean, like, if it's got to come from a verified, like the actual big cheese, like corporation, like that's the only way I believe. Anytime I see stories, no matter what it is on social media about, oh, this celebrity did this celebrity makes X amount of money, like there's this whole thing about like this thing on Twitter, like I mean I see every couple months about how Akon is like giving electricity to 6 billion people in Africa. I've never seen that verified in any place. I don't think, and there's always people that live in Africa under those tweets like, no, he's not.
What is he talking about?
But like,
did he actually get his own city?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that he's not doing any work, but like to the extent that people are talking about it, like he's like 6 billion. Like, guys, come on, right? I don't believe anything I see unless it's like a verified news source. I can cross-reference it.
You're telling me that convict electricity isn't happening?
No, there might be a convict. There might be a convict running some type of electricity somewhere, and if that is the case, I would advise you to disconnect your service real quickly. I don't know where you're getting that electricity.
Convict music.
No, man, I was actually a convict, and I like Akon. I don't know him, no.
This is actually copyright infringement.
I'm about to say, like, so stop saying it out loud, all right? Like, shh. But but that's social media, right? I mean, I feel like at this point, everybody should. Especially people our age. I hate when people our age share just bullshit information. That makes me upset. Cause I feel like
it's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing.
I feel like we should know better.
It's fun to tell people they're wrong when they do that, but like on the end when you are the person, like it's so embarrassing.
Oh, I don't even tell them when they're wrong, fam. I just like to go back to whatever group chat I'm in and make fun of them when they post stupid stuff. It's hilarious to me. Keep doing it. Y'all give me something to laugh at, bro.
Like people saying like the coronavirus is like made by the government to control like stuff like that doesn't even make sense. It's not even stuff, but it's just always stuff like that just doesn't make any logical sense if you sit down and just break something like that down. Like,
go look at how many people still alive in China right now. You clearly ain't doing a good job,
I'm
bro.
about to say, right? Like, damn, that was the most inefficient thing they could have did.
Gotta knock off 100,000 off a few billion. Yeah, nah.
That's nothing. That's like stealing. That's like stealing $100,000 from Jeff Bezos. You'd be mad for a second. He'd probably be like,
He'd be like,
that's like a
"Alright,
fly.
whatever." They call me slipping.
Clearly, you need that more than me.
They call me slipping.
No, you keep that money, man. You need it.
That's like stealing $1 billion from Jeff Bezos. He don't notice that either.
I'm about to say,
shit.
He's like, Jeff, you're
No, he won't, bro. He won't.
It won't bother him, but he will notice that shit.
He won't notice.
He'll notice that shit.
No, like his bank would probably call him. American Express would probably call him. Like, damn, Jeff, you missing $1 billion. He'd be pissed for a second. He might cut a little bit.
Hey, bro,
Depending on
he's
meeting he's in.
inform you that you are missing $1 billion.
He'd be like, how many I still got?
Yeah. Damn, can I talk to your manager? You know what? Don't even worry about it. Whatever. I'm just gonna do some push-ups. I'm good.
I'm gonna write a Washington Post expose on there.
All right. No, whatever. Slight word. Shout out to Jeff Bezos, but like, times like
shout
this.
out to Jeff Bezos.
Oh, I mean, I don't hate Jeff Bezos as much as other people do. I feel like there's other, like the CEOs for companies that are saying they're about to go out of business over this. Like, I forgot what airline it was. They were saying they're about to go out of business. Man, the CEOs of these companies take home millions in just like stock grants and stuff. If y'all don't take some of y'all money and just fucking pump your money into your company to pay these people during this time, like, I don't want to hear that. So actually, never mind. I'll take that back from Jeff Bezos because he owns Whole Foods, doesn't he? And they were going to give people unpaid leave.
Yeah, they're telling people to use their PTO for other people.
So literally, he can just throw $1 billion into his bottom line, inject that in, and
pay for everybody's stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Socialism at its finest. If only.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I don't know. I mean, capitalism is America, right? That's never going to stop it. But I mean, this shows you what They always show you all the bad things that happen about socialism because usually in socialist countries, I mean, it depends, but there's a lot of socialism can easily turn into the long T word that I can never pronounce. Like basically, like a dictatorship easily can turn into that. But capitalism can easily turn into what we're about to see now.
What is it? Totalitarianism?
Totalitarianism.
That one.
Totalitarianism.
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 Yeah, that word.
Tahi. Hey, go ahead.
So we're at an hour here, so I feel like this was definitely different. Surreal, I guess is the word.
This was that good old. There was that social media. Unfortunately, ended up being a coronavirus episode, but it was a social media coronavirus combo.
I'm about to say you was the main one who didn't want to do it.
I know, but then
it's unavoidable. Clearly, just like the virus.
Yeah. It's the timing, bro. It is what it is right now. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. We gave you some laughs though, and we taught you how to catch that Pokemon that's in the middle of the sea that you got to go to, or it's going to crush
your game. Number X or whatever it's called. Yes, the virus. Otherwise.
Yeah, we got y'all. See, Hentations. We teach y'all lessons. And Cornish hens, nigga. And the Amish. Literally, we covered all the bases today.
They still open. Go get that chicken. It's like, nah, don't go out.
Go get that pizza. I don't know how they make it, but y'all go get that
pizza. They have books. They can read.
Oh, okay, sure. They did. And they got pizza in their books.
Jedediah, look at this in the encyclopedia. There's a pizza. It's a bread with tomato.
It's tomato. It's the
Cheryl, make that shit for me tonight.
Pizza.
Use the tomato that they were making outside.
Oh man!
Actually, put some chicken on
my
that
horse,
shit.
Dolores.
Yeah, take Dolores out there and get us some tomatoes.
Take Dolores and go get us some tomatoes and pizza. She comes back with this pie.
What is pie? Called a pizza.
Oh, it's a pie. It's a pie. Oh, it's a pie.
Man. Shout out to the Amish.
From those Italians.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our Amish listeners, man.
I'm about to say, they don't have no means. They don't have no means, man. So
you got the Amish listening to 4 black dudes. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Are there black Amish?
Spotify? Yeah, right.
No, there's not fucking black Amish.
There has to be one, bro.
You know, it's got to be. I think it's the motherfuckers that be riding them horses up and down 301.
Bro, you right.
Oh yeah,
they are the black Amish.
There you go.
Send them out as scouts. What the fuck?
Texas Black Rangers, something.
They're the test run. Ain't no black Amish niggas.
It's definitely one, bro. They took one off the streets, man.
fam. I'm googling it now. What is that?
Who are they? Are they just two random Amish people?
Is that
that little boy? That little boy is beige.
Fam, is that an Amish octoroon?
Oh my gosh!
Yo, that Amish nigga's one ain't black.
What you type in to search that, bro? Amish niggas?
Black
Amish niggas on Google.
I looked it up. I ain't see that. I got a nigga with a grill in his mouth. Yo, fam, that's an Amish octoroon, nigga.
That's Amish nigga with a grill in his mouth.
Taquine Abed
Amish Mike Jones.
Who?
Oh damn! Black Amish mafia star gets 2 years in prison for drug. Damn, that nigga went to jail. That's not funny. Now I'm mad. Of course, that nigga had to go to jail.
Of course, he the only Amish nigga in jail.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Damn,
He took the bid, bro.
Goddamn Mordecai.
He took the bid for Jebediah.
Oh, that nigga, he a bad bitch too. His hair was laid when he went to court. Look at this shit.
Oh shit.
Damn.
That's the Amish Michael Jackson, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Jeez. Yo, that is the only Amish nigga, because now I'm seeing multiple pictures of him right now.
I'm about to say.
Black Amish is wild, bro. Just Googling this shit.
All right, we have a role, and we need a black man to be Amish. Oh, there's only one. It's just Tyrone. Damn it, just call him in. He hasn't worked in years.
They probably called him so many forms of nigger.
Why is Barack Obama on this search, bro? I'm like, why y'all put him in this?
Did you see the one with the nigga with the grill?
He's secretly Amish, according to Twitter.
Yeah, I saw him. And this one.
Shout out Bob. Obama's always involved.
All right. We gotta. This has gone off the rails. This has gone off the rails.
Go ahead, bring it in for Landon.
All right, from my remote location, it's your man Shut Up Cole here.
Oh, it's your man. Okay, it's your man's Unruly DW.
Hey, it's your boy Malik, aka They Be Geeking Leak.
And it's your boy Darian, aka Clark Kent, and these are the Hentations.
Virtual.
Stay inside and wash your damn hands.
Wash your damn hands and cover your mouth, please.
Damn, that's smooth.